big left, she's a bit too late, so I tell her come and sit a Brazilian butt day. Belly belly leather and it's tailor fit. You know it costs a lot of money, but I'm made of it. Got a Chevy Lamborghini.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's me again. It's your boy L-Dog. But you might have not recognized me with all this accessory. Give me a sec. Whew. Yeah, the magic of editing. Wait a second. Whew. There's my glasses. But enough of my diverse editing talents. After last video's failure, I've decided to go in a bit of a different direction this time again, because I don't see why I can't invent myself again, try different content and eventually find maybe a sweet spot of knowledge and entertainment which brings together all my interests. So this time I won't edit the video again, because as some have maybe seen in 2 videos ago, this was a complete mess. Actually, I think it's only partly my fault and due to my lack of editing knowledge, and mainly because my laptop is really old and really shitty, and it just gets really hot if I edit too much, and also the data gets flipped around and it's just a big mess. So this time it will be a one cut, but I'm trying to keep it short. Again, cool poster, by the way, am I right? This week I'll be doing a live reaction to Vedic Sanskrit, which is not actually a fairly recent thing. It's more or less many thousands years old. Wait, let me check. It's, yeah, mid-second to mid-first millennium BCE. So we're talking many thousand years old. But still, I haven't studied it really. I've just studied a fair amount of classical Sanskrit, but also not fully, so I'm not an expert at all. It's just one of my interests. And I thought this time I'll just react to the diverse features of Vedic Sanskrit, which is the older version of Sanskrit, which the Vedas are composed in. There are 4 Vedas, but I won't get into this right now because I'm already talking a lot. So I'll get into the reaction. You won't see anything on screen. I'll just read it on Wikipedia and I'll give a comments about it. So let's get into it. Okay, Vedic Sanskrit. Looks cool so far. Not be confused with the Veda language spoken in Sri Lanka. That's already crazy, guys. There's a language called Veda in Sri Lanka, which is Sinhalese, apparently. So that's cool. There's prehistoric derivation. Won't go into all of that. Could be probably a bit boring to read it all. But yeah, so we're talking old stuff, guys. We're getting to the bottom of this. So yeah, obviously the Vedas are composed in the Vedic Sanskrit. As you might know, there are 4 Vedas. There's the Rig Veda, there's the Yajur Veda, there's the, wait, what are the 4 Vedas called actually? Yeah, maybe not such a flex to Google all of them. Yeah, there's the Rig Veda, as I said, the Sama Veda, there's the Yajur Veda, and the Atharva Veda. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So yeah, pretty old stuff. Semi-religious, I mean, pretty religious, but yeah, sort of hard to tell what religion we're talking about here. And we're getting to phonology, which is already crazy because, as you might know, there have been other sounds in Vedic Sanskrit as well. And one of them, a prominent one, is the voiced retroflex lateral approximant, which is just, in simple terms, a retroflex L. That's crazy, guys. There was a retroflex L. In classical Sanskrit, there's no such thing. There are some retroflex consonants, but no approximant, which is an L. So in English and in diverse other languages, there's just a L sound. But in Vedic Sanskrit, there has been something around L. So that probably has been lost due to, what do I know, diverse reasons. Seems like other retroflections have been more stable than the L sound, I guess. But yeah, so I won't be able to dive too deep into it because it's a live reaction, you guys. That's the crazy part about it. I'm really psyched about this new idea of mine. So the vowels E and O were realized in Vedic as diphthongs I and Ao, but they became monophthongs in later Sanskrit. So it was actually Daiva before it was Deva. That's kind of interesting because in Latin it's Deus, so you would think that it has been Devus or like a form of De in earlier Sanskrit, but here it says that it's been Daiva, so that's cool. But another interesting thing is that in Sanskrit there is a word Daiva, which is I think fate. So maybe there's been some interesting developments there. Looking forward to diving deeper into it, but this video is supposed to be just very superficial, guys, very superficial. It's a live reaction, don't forget that. Yeah, there's other stuff. Sounds a bit too complicated to react to them. Yeah, so there's a pitch accent, and that's cool. I didn't know that before. So most languages in the Indo-European family are not tonal. Like I would think the most famous one globally would be Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. So the tones differ. In Chinese there are 4 different tones, and they can have a semantical distinction between what a word means. So there's ma, ma, ma. I can't do it, but there's a difference. And in Vedic Sanskrit, there's also been a pitch accent, which got lost over time. But apparently the meaning changed depending on what tone you were pronouncing the syllable in. For example, let's say ma was different from ma. I don't know if that's a Sanskrit word, ma. I guess not, but just as an example. There's something else called pluti. Is a term of overlong vowels in Sanskrit. Okay, there's been long and overlong vowels as far as I can understand it from this live reaction. I have to put emphasis on the live, so I can facade my not knowledge as a live reaction. Sorry. Okay, so in classical Sanskrit we already have, we still have short vowels and long vowels, which can be distinct in meaning. And it seems like in Vedic Sanskrit there has been extra long vowels as well. Okay, that's kind of interesting. There's also a grammar, I think. Grammar of Vedic Sanskrit. And that's a separate Wikipedia page, so must be good. Proto-Indo. Yeah. So there's 3 genders, 2. There's singular, dual, and plural. 2. 8 cases. So this hasn't changed too much, I would say. No major morphological changes, as far as I can see spontaneously. All the cases are the same. The endings look kind of different. In Sanskrit, in classical Sanskrit, the nominative singular in the declination is, let's say for example, the word nara is man, and first case singular is naraha. But this H at the end also has a interesting relationship to an S sound. But in most cases in classical Sanskrit, the H just stays a H. But here it seems like in Vedic Sanskrit, this H sound was still treated as an S, or always has been an S. So the first form would be naras instead of naraha. In classical Sanskrit, it's only naras before a dental sound. For example, if you say naraha trasati, it turns into naras trasati in classical Sanskrit. And in Vedic Sanskrit, it seems like it's always been an S sound. All the other endings, I should say, seem very similar as far as I can tell. Yeah, I would have to go deeper into it in order to make satisfying conclusions, but once again, live reaction. So yeah, okay, the rest seems a bit convoluted and a bit much, so maybe that's a good point to stop it right here. um yeah guys, so different kind of video once again. um let's see how it works out. It's been a bit low effort, admittedly, but maybe we can get the 100 clicks once again. Last video was kind of underperforming. Not really sure what was different there, but let's see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, stay sleazy. Bye.